Was that 2 episodes or 3 episodes?
Yeah, yeah, it was 2 episodes.
It was two. Okay, yeah, I saw. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, two,
very,
one and
very
two.
interesting
Hmm.
um as a start to this new series. So
that was Kingpin, wasn't it? Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. Vince Denif, what's his name?
Vincent
Denifrio.
D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio.
Denofrio.
Oh, that's his
Mm.
real name, is it? Yeah.
Glad to see him back.
Yeah. His,
Wilson,
cha-
because
his
Wilson
character
Fisk.
is
Yeah,
his character is Wilson, is it?
Wilson.
Wilson Fisk.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the other name.
and
Yeah.
of course Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil.
And that was his former wife, is it, or wife?
Still the wife,
Oh,
I
they're
think.
still married. They're still married, but
Mm.
it's clear that there was some kind of, distancing between them.
Interesting. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was really yeah. So there, it looks like their relationship suffered for a
Mm.
while after the events of Echo.
Echo. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, chronologically, this happens
After.
af after Echo
After Echo.
and after, I guess, all the Netflix ones.
Yeah, I mean after Hawkeye, after Echo, and then so in terms of timeline,
There's a
that's
few of them.
what it is. Yeah.
Who were they talking to again? That girl. They were sitting on the sofa talking to that girl.
Huh?
Um,
They're a
no,
therapist.
The
oh, that's it.
therapist. Yeah. He's talking
Yeah.
to King Wilson Fisk and the wife.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah.
therapist.
So she's a therapist. So they're clearly, wanting to seek marriage counseling.
Um,
Um,
i- is that the
well, I'm pretty sure it was Wilson who wanted to, go
speak to
into
therapist?
counseling too.
The therapist is not related to Daredevil, is it? Oh,
Oh, she's dating
oh,
She's
she's dating.
dating Matt
Matt
Murdock.
Murdock. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just a funny coincidence that,
Yeah, that's quite funny, isn't
she's
it?
the therapist for Wilson Fisk and his wife as well. So
It's,
she's also the marriage counselor.
that's interesting because
Kind of
they're not
funny.
getting
Yeah.
along well, Daredevil and the mayor and the Kingpin, right?
Yeah.
But using the girlfriend to a therapist.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they know
Well, I
her.
don't think at this point it doesn't look like he knows
Mm.
Oh, who knows? Sorry.
Kingpin.
Kingpin Wilson, but that's
Hmm.
not really his focus. His focus was more to get him and Vanessa back on track.
So Kingpin
Yeah.
doesn't know this
Yeah.
therapist is trying to
Doesn't seem like.
doesn't
Hmm.
say, right? Yeah.
Doesn't
I don't
seem
think
like.
he's yeah, I don't think he's seeing this therapist just to try and keep tabs on Matt Murdock. Like I'm pretty sure it's to try
Interesting.
and get their marriage back on track.
Ah, interesting. Hmm. Okay.
Mm. So yeah, it's an interesting development.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but kind of unexpected because I didn't realize that during that time,
Mhm.
of around Echo, well, sort of towards the end of Hawkeye, maybe, and also Echo that they had been estranged.
Mm.
But it sort of explains her absence in those two series, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Um, it sort of makes sense that he had. That's the reason why she wasn't featured
Yeah.
Mhm.
in Echo, for example, and it's because they gotten estranged during that time, and he wasn't communicating with her.
I see.
Yeah. It's a good way to explain why.
A good
Yeah.
way to kind of explain her absence in the Echo series, especially.
Echo was a series, was it? Before?
Yeah, we saw it together. Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah, we saw Echo last year.
It was, yeah, just a few episodes, 6 of them, I think. Hmm.
Okay.
That one was a short series, though. It wasn't like as long as
I see.
Daredevil.
It
It
was a short one. Yeah, yeah.
was like
Yeah.
a short mono series.
I can vaguely remember.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, because Echo ended with Echo seemingly killing Kingpin, right? So there was stuff open-ended. I
Yeah.
think she shot him or something.
Well, she shot him at the end of
Hmm.
Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then in Echo, he comes back and visits her, and they sort of somewhat have a kind of reunion, um, and they seem to have, sort of
Mm.
worked things out at the end.
Mm.
And she sort of started this healing process for him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm, I see, I see.
Yeah, but it's quite.
But yeah, it's
Mm.
interesting to see that there is now also the introduction of another character with White Tiger. So a sort of vigilante that kind of took
Oh
over from
yes, yes. I
when Matt went on some, a hiatus really of Daredevil.
the 1 year.
A year
Yeah,
during that 1 year after Foggy was shot, after he was
yeah,
killed,
yeah, yeah,
he decided to stop being Daredevil, and then White Tiger kind of took over
yeah.
and filled that vacuum while he was out of action. So he was basically doing the same thing that Daredevil was doing. But he has a mystical necklace and he has the White Tiger outfit. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long the series will hold out, you know, not having Matt become. I mean, I guess at the end of the second episode, he he kind of gave in, right?
Sort of,
Hmm.
it was very hard for him to hold it in, all the anger
It's
and
a year, yeah, it's been
yeah,
a year. Mm.
yeah, it's been a year of him just trying to restrain himself, and then it's sort of bottled up, I think. It's all bottled up inside, and then it came out in this rage, sort of towards those officers who were trying to kill the victim on a platform
Mm,
because they didn't want him to testify in Hector's trial. So
Mm.
but it kind
Yeah.
of shows that
Mm.
that even though Wilson Fisk wasn't like bribing cops, there are still corrupt cops in the force. So
Oh yeah, yeah, like those two.
yeah, those two were clearly
Mm.
corrupt. Um, so yeah, interesting to see that even without Wilson Fisk, there's still that level of
Mm. Well, except
corrupt.
for the commissioner, he looks pretty
Well,
clean.
yeah, but the commissioner himself, it really seems to be a man of integrity.
Mm.
So yeah.
I
Interesting.
wonder, yeah, because Foggy just died in the very first scene.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be in
Huh?
the series a bit longer. I was like, oh, when I saw, Karen Foggy back, I thought they were gonna be like in this whole series, but then Foggy gets killed off in the first episode. So, yeah,
Maybe they'll do some flashback scenes.
yeah, they might do
Hmm.
some. So he may not disappear from the series entirely. Um, but yeah, interesting that, and hmm, we'll see what happens with
I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's some rumors that he's not really dead. So,
hmm,
because like Karen was acting kind of funny. Not
hmm,
sure. So maybe he's not really dead. Who knows?
who knows? Yeah. But then, because then again, like we saw with like season two with Elektra, she's not really dead either. Like,
Mm.
so, interesting. You know, yeah, I wonder if Elektra will make a comeback in this
Oh
season
yeah.
as well. Born again. After all, she is also born again after
So you
after
reckon
the
Born
end of
Again
the
refers to obviously it refers to Daredevil, but could it also refer to, the Kingpin? I don't know if he's really born again. I mean,
yeah.
he's
Well,
probably not, probably not.
not entirely. I mean, he's still kind of blackmailed the commissioner to stay.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
So let's see.
mm,
There's quite a few. Let's see. Screenshot.
yeah. Oh,
um.
there's some Easter eggs. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, this one.
And of course, that Dex comes back as well, or Bullseye was back in episode one, but now
Mm.
he's in jail now. But yeah, after killing Foggy and other people at the bar. So
Mm.
Yeah, Matt Murdock, Foggy, Karen, outside of their law officers.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's called Nelson, Murdock, and Page, the name of
Hmm.
their law firm.
Yeah.
So Josie is the name, is the same
Josie's
bar.
still
Oh yeah,
there.
it's the same bar, yes. In the Netflix
Yeah.
show, same bar.
Josie's is still there.
Josie herself makes a cameo. Oh, I didn't know that. Susan Varen.
Yeah. Well, we saw Josie too. Yeah. She was serving drinks at the bar. So yeah. And then we have Carrie Ann Moss.
Oh yeah, Foggy
Because
mentions
because
he used to work
Foggy
Hogarth.
used to work there as a partner.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss. Yes, Jessica Jones. Oh
Mm.
yeah, Detective Kane is another character from the comics.
Mm.
Kristen McDuffie, another
Mm.
comic character, lawyer, one-time love interest.
Mm. So this is
Bullseye. Ah, yes. Bullseye has his own suit, purple accented mask.
yes. Yeah, so Bullseye is there. Um,
Yeah, so this was kind of cool. The one tech fight in the beginning of the first episode.
yeah, another hallway fight, another classic hallway.
Another hallway fight, one take.
We
Uh,
love their hallway fights.
yeah. So
This is
mirroring the classic one tech fights in the original Netflix series.
Mm.
Season one hallway fight. There's been a few of these one tech
Mm.
fights. Yeah.
mm, that's nice.
Yes. She was eating an omelette.
Yeah, he's still having that same omelet for breakfast.
Always the same.
Mm.
Tracksuit Mafia.
We've got the Tracksuit Mafia, which we saw an Echo,
Ah, okay. Can't
and
even remember this now. Yeah, Tracksuit Mafia. Still active and a part of Fisk. Hmm. Ah, here you go. Fisk recovery shot by Echo. Vanessa took over while Fisk was recovery. Which led him to being temporarily blind in one eye. Hmm.
yeah, I still remember Tracksuit Mafia. They were so funny in Hawkeye.
Oh yeah. The five families. Yep. Fish Empire still
Hmm.
large. Oh yeah, so this Uric is actually niece of Ben Uric. Uh yeah, so Ben Uric was killed
By Fisk.
in the Netflix Daredevil season one.
Right.
Yeah, so interesting that his niece was the one who got
So
some.
does the niece know though that the Ben was killed? Probably not.
I don't think she knows that it was
Probably not.
Will Fisk who killed him.
Hmm. Karen in San Francisco.
Who's this one? Mm.
All right, so she's moved to San Fran. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she doesn't live in New York anymore either.
Yeah.
So she's left hospital.
Heather is another love interest from the comics.
What? What is this?
Uh,
This is a theory of Herpes. Is that?
therapist, yeah, Heather
Yes.
Glenn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So Heather, yeah,
Hmm.
so she's a new love interest.
Yep.
So clearly, he and Karen Page didn't continue.
Well,
They they
who
they,
knows? She may come
they
back.
never got back together. Basically,
Oh,
looks like yeah.
love interest. Yeah.
Crush a guy's head. Yeah, he actually did kill Crush a guy's head in Daredevil season one,
Yeah.
Netflix.
That was like the Russian one of their brothers from the Russian mafia.
No nuance about getting shot. Oh yeah. Yeah, he did get shot by Maya. And it was Hawkeye season one.
Mm.
Sokovia Accords again, registering vigilantes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kingpin was Maya's uncle. If you remember, Maya Lopez, whom he saw as his niece.
Mm.
Yeah, so he did indeed try to mentor somebody.
Yeah.
Kept his promise.
Mm.
Yeah, so he wasn't behind Bullseye's attack.
No.
Mm.
Now Bullseye definitely acted on his own on that one
Mm.
because, it was his way of enacting revenge, I guess.
Ted Kiernan plays himself. Wow, he has made a lot of appearances. 11 MCU projects as news anchor.
News anchor. Yeah.
The mural, Muse. Oh, Muse. Being painted by the supervillain artist known as Muse. Muse, okay. Yeah, so Kingpin becomes mayor. This is a comic thing.
Mm.
Times Square Easter eggs.
Mm.
References to Luke Cage, Wasp, Captain America.
Mm.
Okay, you look closely, you see all these posters.
Rogers the musical.
Luke Cage, Dress Club, Harlem's Paradise. Yeah, wow. Uh,
Mm.
yes.
Mm.
Punisher, Spider-Man, Daredevil. Oh, yes, he has them name dropped them all. He did mention Spider-Man. Um, and yeah, he did mention Daredevil, the guy, scar on his chest.
Mm.
So
Talking to Punisher,
yeah,
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle, yeah,
He's had his own encounter with him as well
and I
in
think he's maybe back later in the season.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I think season two. That's like a reference to season two. Yeah,
The
Punisher.
Hawk,
Hawk.
D.A. Hawk,
Yay.
character from comics again. I knew Ben Urich.
So it looks like the previous DA tower is no longer there.
Hmm.
So they've got a new DA now. This
The
guy.
Hawk,
Yeah.
Kingpin murdered Ben Urich. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Heather's book, Live Without Fear. Daredevil is the man without fear. That's a nice
Yeah, nice reference.
connection.
Yeah.
White Tiger's amulet.
Hmm.
Yes, enchanted strength and powers. And Punisher's White Skull logo. Oh, yes, at the end.
Hmm. That I was
Ah, so it
wondering
is
what that was.
Punisher.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, so that for sure then, yeah, that Punisher's coming back.
That seems to be a reference. And well, Punisher was actually in the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay.
And so we know
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna be
he's
here.
coming back.
We know he's gonna appear in one of the later episodes. So but yeah, that'll be interesting when he comes back.
All right.
Hmm. But yeah, a lot of Easter eggs.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
How many
And
episodes? I think
What's
that's eight episodes
8 episodes?
in total.
So we watched two. What's the
so
relationship
not
between?
the usual 13 then.
Oh,
Uh,
for sure.
Because in seasons 1 to 3, we had 13 episodes per season, didn't we? So this is a little bit shorter than I expected.
yeah, I guess Marvel shows
Mm.
they don't normally go beyond 10, right? So
Yeah. Mm. Maybe that's one of their, like, I guess that's the standard thing for Marvel now. Mm. But yeah, to me, yeah, it's an interesting first couple of episodes. I quite liked it. there's a lot going on, and a lot sort of happened between um end of season 3
Mm.
and this.
Actually, there's 9. Not 8, 9.
Okay.
So March 4th, we saw the one. Yep.
Mm,
March looks like maybe go to mid-April.
mm,
Yeah, TBA, TBA, TBA. It says we retain. Oh, okay. So season 2
they,
has actually
it's been approved, and
been
they're gonna
uh
start filming that, I
been
think.
announced. So
So, or they might have already started filming that. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah,
So interesting. That means that the end of season 1 is probably open-ended to
yeah.
leave room for season 2. Um,
Oh,
hmm,
wait. Oh, Foggy didn't die.
maybe he might make a comeback. Electra might also make a comeback because we know she was in that, that sort of chamber that Nobu had sort of created
Mm.
in that hole, in that the big hole in Midland Circle, if you remember. Um, at the end of, I think, season 2, she was placed in that chamber.
Right, that was the last we saw of her, is it?
That was the last we saw of her, but I have a
Mm.
feeling she's gonna make a comeback. So we'll see. That's another born again character. Literally,
So many, huh?
literally would be born again if they resurrect her.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting phrase,
Because
right?
it
And
can
it,
mean a number of different things, right? It can
yeah,
refer to Daredevil, it can refer to Wilson Fisk, it can refer to other characters too.
I mean Daredevil himself, that Matt Murdock, is has a Catholic background, so it kind of,
It makes sense.
in that sense, in a spiritual way as well,
Yeah.
like yeah, born again.
Yeah. So yeah, very interesting. And I like that, there's another, also they also mentioned, I think, um did they mention Jessica Jones? I feel like I heard her name as well.
uh,
There's a name drop somewhere. Um, might have been end of season 3 though. Yeah.
I mean, obviously they did a Defenders crossover.
Mm,
Um,
Mm. Yep.
but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see her appear
mm.
at some point.
Yeah, no, I thought that Kristen McDuffie had mentioned her
Oh,
somewhere. Yeah, as well. But yeah, cool. Cool to see sort of familiar faces and then some new characters sort of introduced as well. Yeah.
Mm.
oh, is Bill still there? How did Bill find it?
Maybe.
What,
Or maybe not.
what's the relationship between Bullseye and Daredevil?
Bullseye. I think he was in the Netflix show, right?
Yeah, yeah. So with Bullseye, he used to work for Wilson Fisk, but then he found out that Wilson Fisk had murdered Julie Barnes, who was like a friend of his when they used to work together. So Julie is like a former work colleague of his,
Oh,
Of
that he was
Bullseye.
really fond of, that he really liked. He liked her a lot. They were never like
Benjamin. Yeah.
romantically involved, so she was just a friend, but he really liked her, and he was very angry with Wilson Fisk and basically tried to kill him and Vanessa at the end of season 3.
oh,
Um,
mm.
and and actually Daredevil did actually save Vanessa a couple of times during this big fight scene at their penthouse,
Oh,
sort of near the end of season 3.
okay, I see.
They had a big fight with Wilson Fisk,
Hmm.
Mm.
Dex or Bullseye, and Daredevil. So like this three-way fight between them. So yeah, that was one of the really cool action sequences in season 3. I think that's probably my favorite one.
Mm.
Um, that was really cool. And yeah, So at the end of that, so Dex got arrested. Um,
Oh yeah.
I think no, he didn't get arrested. He actually he had some damage to his spine or to his back at the end of season three because he was saying he couldn't move, so he was taken to the doctors and he had some surgery. And it looks like the surgery worked because he was back, fighting Daredevil in the first episode. So he could move again, he could walk again. But yeah, so that's sort of what it was. So basically, Bullseye was like he was a former FBI agent who sort of started working, who was basically got corrupted by Wilson Fisk, but then he turned against Wilson Fisk in the end.
Mm.
Interesting story, Bullseye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullseye.
All right.
So, what do we think? The overall.
Yeah, review time. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, nothing. No. Okay.
Bill, are you still there?
I think he's sleeping.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good sort of return to the series. So I mean, I was just watching the end of like the last episode of season 3 today.
Oh, you were
just to kind of just to
wow.
kind of refresh my memory.
Wow.
And
which one was that?
sort of,
which one did she watch it?
Daredevil season 3 from Netflix.
Yeah.
The Netflix one.
So the last episode of that season.
It's a while ago now. Yeah.
Just to kind of refresh myself with what was sort of where it ended, sort of.
I see.
So that it sort of picks up from there where they've got their law firm now with, like with Foggy, Karen, and Matt sort of having their law firm together. And that's sort of where it starts in the first episode as well. So I kind of like that there was that continuity. And there wasn't too much of a time jump. I mean, there is definitely like a time jump because of where, Wilson Fisk is at. Like it starts off at the end of, it picks up from where it ended in Echo. So it's sort of, in a way, it's also consistent with that timeline. So I kind of liked how they sort of wove in both of that. And yeah, so I like the episode. I sort of like the fact that they both sort of changed quite a bit. Both Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk, that they were both going through these changes sort of in parallel with each other. And it's kind of a bit of it's nice to have that contrast as well with how they're both going through changes at the same time.
I see.
So yeah, to me it was interesting. I mean, I reckon I'd probably give it probably like a 8 because I quite like the development and that there was a lot going on. You open with like Bullseye episode 1, so that was interesting. And he may not appear as much in the next few episodes because he's in jail, but we'll see what happens. He might find a way to get out of jail. So we'll see whether he reappears again as an antagonist. Yeah.
8 from Steph.
Yeah.
How about Jeff?
Both episodes. Yeah. So I like that there was action and there was also a lot of character development and story development. So.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that 8's a pretty good score. It covers a lot of things. It's good to see Kingpin early too. Yeah, I think that. See, kind of showing 2 characters actually, isn't it? So far. and see how they work together. I guess he's the mayor, isn't he? He's the
Oh, he's now the mayor, yes.
He's not a mayor, so he
Mm-mm.
won.
Does he have any superpowers? This guy?
Not that I know, but he is very strong.
He's very strong.
Very
That's pretty
strong.
much his
Yeah.
Okay.
superpower,
Interesting.
but nothing like supernatural. Like, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll probably give it an 8 as well. Yeah. Right.
8, huh? Okay.
How about you, Marcus?
Yeah, I think around the same. So yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for Daredevil to come back for a very long time
Hmm.
since it finished on Netflix. I mean, it's one of my favorite Netflix
Yeah.
shows, and Daredevil is one of my favorite Marvel characters.
It's an
So
interesting.
this is a long-awaited return, and I think they managed to retain the same sort of style
Yeah, it
of
still has
this
that
Netflix
grit.
show, which I liked.
Yeah.
Um, although at the moment it like yeah feels like it's kind of slow building up slowly. It's a bit of a slow build up,
Hmm.
which is okay. Um, just intrigued to see where they go with some of the new characters, like the White Tiger they introduced, the new love interest Heather,
Hmm.
and also Ben Urich's niece. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort
So
of like almost taking over from his role.
yeah.
Yeah, DB.
So yeah. So I'll give it an 8.
8 as well. Wow.
And
This IGN give it.
yeah. So it's 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Born Again.
everyone's
Marvel
a bit all
brings back
round.
Daredevil with the same winning formula as the Netflix show.
Hmm.
The Netflix one.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, the return to
Interesting.
um the Daredevil sort of tone, that similarity in tone. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether it was gonna have that because it's saying, born again, because that could be different, but it looks like they've retained that same sort of tone. So it's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Looks like maybe Bill's not gonna wake up, so
Yeah. We'll have to ask him
I have
next
to
time.
ask him next time.
Yeah. And we'll get Jono's score next time
Mm,
once he's had a chance to watch it.
yes. I think they were at some. Well, Bernie was definitely at some concert.
Mm.
Rosette. Is it Roxette
Oh,
concert?
okay. Yeah, Roxette. I think that's his
Roxette.
favorite band.
I don't think Jono went to that one though. I don't know.
Not that I know. He didn't tell us where he was going to be
No,
tonight.
no, no, no. Again.
You have something on next week, though, Marcus. But
Sorry?
you have something on next week, but you'll be back, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Musical, yeah.
You'll be back.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to join us next time
Mm.
if it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.